Hello, welcome to Math with Mr. Dobrescu. To the rescue. It's an exciting day today because we are going to write equation of the lines in slope-intercept form going through this point 2, -1. This is x and this is y. But in this case is parallel to another equation, y equals -2/5x plus 3. Today we are going to do some stealing in math and we are going to be totally justified. Again, we are going to do some stealing, but we are going to be justified because our line is parallel to another line, which means, remember, parallel lines have the same slope. And because parallel lines have the same slope, we are going to steal the slope of this equation, -2/5, and we are going to use it in our problem. M equals -2/5. Once we steal that slope, we don't need this equation anymore. This is gone, out of the way, okay? So now let's solve for our equation here. We have x equals 2, -1 equals y, and m equals -2/5. And let's use the equation y equals mx plus b, the slope-intercept form. And now we are going to substitute the y, m, and the x, and we are going to solve for b. Let's do that. Instead of y, we can put -1 equals, instead of m, -2/5. And instead of x, we put 2 times 2 plus b. Okay? Now, we see that we cannot simplify 2 and 5, but we have to multiply across. So let's multiply 2 and -2. So we have -1 equals, -2 times 2 becomes -4/5. -4/5 plus b. And now in order for us to solve for b, we have to add 4/5 on both sides. Plus 4/5 and plus 4/5. 4/5 and -4/5 cancels out. So we get b equals 4/5 minus 1. Let's do that. Let's see what we get. 4/5 minus 1. And remember, 1 can be written as -1/1. And here we have to find the common denominator, which is 5. So 5 is the common denominator. Therefore, we need to multiply that equation, the second fraction by 5 to get a common denominator. Whatever we do on the bottom, we do on the top, times 5. And here we have 4 minus 5 minus 1 is 5. And 4 minus 5 becomes -1/5. And this is our b. b equals -1/5. Okay, we have the b. Now we also have the m. And we are ready to write our equation. Let's do that. So our final equation is y equals, remember, keep the y and keep the x. Y equals mx. M is -2/5. Keep the x. And b is -1/5, -1/5. And this is our final answer. Remember, keep the x and keep the y. Y equals -2/5x minus 1/5. Let's continue with another example here. In this case, we have the line is going through 1 and -5. Remember, label right away x and y. And in this case is perpendicular to y equals 1/8x plus 2. Question I have for you. Do we still have to steal the slope? And the answer is yes. We are going to continue to steal the slope. Let's steal the slope first. So once we steal the slope, we are going to look at this word, perpendicular. Remember, perpendicular lines have slopes which are opposite reciprocal. Don't forget that. So after we steal the slope, we are going to look at the opposite. What's the opposite of 1/8? -1/8. And then we go the negative, right? And the reciprocal of 1/8 is, of course, 8/1. So -8/1 or just -8. So let's steal this one here now. M equals -8. Okay? We just stole the opposite reciprocal of that slope. Pay attention to this one. Perpendicular, we are looking at opposite, Opposite reciprocal. Don't forget that very, very important concept in mathematics, opposite reciprocal. And now let's solve this. Let's write the equation of the line, y equals mx plus b in slope-intercept form. And then let's substitute for y, m, and x to solve for b. Y is -5. -5 equals m, -8. -8 times x, 1 plus b. -1, -8 times 1 becomes -8. So here we have -5 equals -8 plus b. And in order for us to solve for b, we have to add 8 on both sides. Whatever we do on one side, we have to do to the other side. These cancel, so we get b equals 8 minus 5 is 3. We got the b, we have the m, and now we are ready to write our equation. Y equals m is -8. Remember, keep the x, and the b in this case is +3 plus 3, and we are done. Okay, -8x plus 3. Don't forget this one here, opposite reciprocal. We have to do the opposite, positive becomes a negative, and reciprocal. Very important. After we steal the slope, we have to do the opposite reciprocal. Okay, perfect. Let's look at another example here. Final example. Our equation go through this point. 2 and 5. Remember, this is x and this is y. And now it's perpendicular to y equals 5. What does it mean? Perpendicular would mean opposite reciprocal if we had the line in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b form. But in this case here, we have just y equals 5. Anytime you have y equals 5, y equals a number, or x equals a number, we have to graph that first. So let's graph y equals 5 to see how it looked like. So we have here the y, the x, and remember, y equals 5 means we are going to the 5, I told you before, on y-axis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and because y equals 5, the line is going to be horizontal. Remember, slope is 0. So we're going to draw a horizontal line through that number, and this is the line y equals 5 right here. Y equals 5. Now, after we identify that equation, y equals 5, our equation is perpendicular. Our equation is perpendicular to this line, which means they are going to cross at a 90-degree angle. 90-degree angle. But first, let's graph this point, 2 and 5, on x equals 2, 1, 2, y equals 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right here. Okay, on x equals 2, y equals 5. Okay, don't forget that. And now we are going to draw through that point a perpendicular line to this line. Okay, so let's do that. Up and down. Okay, that's it. Our line is perpendicular to the other line. So now let's identify this line. Because the line is perpendicular, remember, the slope is undefined. Don't forget that the slope is undefined. Slope is undefined. So the slope is undefined. Don't forget that the slope is undefined, and anytime we have a line, a vertical line, we just have the equation should be x equals a number. Okay, don't forget that. X equals a number, a very simple equation. But the question is, what number should it be? Okay, x equals what? X equals 2. Remember that? X is always going to be 2 regardless of the values of the y. X equals 2 is our final answer, and is right here. You see? X equals 2, and this is our solution to our problem. But remember again, anytime our equation is perpendicular to another equation, either y equals a number or x equals a number, we are going to graph that first, right? Y equals 5, and our line is perpendicular, it forms a 90-degree angle. Therefore, our line goes through 2, and so x equals 2. Final answer. Don't forget to follow these steps, okay, to make sure that you are clear when we have to steal the slope. When we have to steal the slope and the line is perpendicular, we do opposite reciprocal. And when we have to steal the slope and the lines are parallel, we just steal the slope and use the same slope and get rid of that equation. Okay? Please don't forget to like and subscribe and stay tuned for our next video. Mr. Dobrescu, to the rescue!